Hello everybody. Well, it looks like Karl Marx is alive and well, or either jumping around in his grave laughing. If you've been following some of the things going on in Washington, I was for the bailout because I was convinced that it had to be done. When you see the President of the United States and other people with that much concern, maybe I'm naive, but I think things have gotten so messed up that something had to be done, even though it may not be the greatest thing to do. And they may have just decided to do something to do something. And also, if you deal in finance, you have the world over a barrel. And the reason, let's say for instance, now this is kind of a goofy example or an analogy, but let's say for instance that you had started a little business to sell popsicles, and you had the best vanilla popsicles that you could buy anywhere in the world. So you started to expand, and let's say now you have 200 popsicle stores, and if you by some chance did a bad business deal or something like that, you probably would go bankrupt. But let's say that you were politically entrenched, and by some quirk you were able to have a law passed that said you could not deal in finance or deal in the stock market unless you ate a vanilla popsicle. And now you have a monopoly on vanilla popsicles, and nothing can progress unless you eat a vanilla popsicle. Well, you know what? Your vanilla popsicle stand would have been bailed out in this bailout package. I know they're not wanting to call it a bailout package, but that's what it was. So Karl Marx, I can remember a time during the Cold War, if I had made a video saying Karl Marx is alive and well and is laughing in his grave or whatever, I would have probably been investigated as a communist. And I am everything but a communist. I am a conservative, and I love my country, and I'm just hoping that what they did in signing this bill, and signed by the President, was the thing that should have been done. But I don't know. I heard, I tell you, a guy, a commentator, that I really respect, and I wasn't looking off to the side like I was getting ready to tell a lie. I was looking at my little thing here. I like Charles Krauthammer, and he made a statement that when he made this statement, I thought, that's it. And I don't know his exact words, I'm only paraphrasing, but he said something like, someone was talking about the bailout and what the cause is, and he said, well, I predict that there's probably only 10 people in the world that can explain it. And I was thinking, you know, you're right. This is a complicated thing, and I don't think that there's very many people really understand what's going to happen and what's going on. And that brings me back I heard a debate one time, I think it was Professor Galbraith, I think that's his name, was debating someone from New York University, both respected economists, and they were as opposed to each other in philosophy and what they thought should be done as night and day. So that tells me that regardless of the intellect or how much expertise or smarts that you have, you can get it wrong. And I think some people are getting it wrong. And I sure can't figure it out. But I, like you, I'm affected by any decisions made by our leaders in Washington. And I just wonder if things will be smooth enough when the election for the Senate and the Congress rolls around that the American people will have forgotten. And I make a prediction that if things are still going south, some of these people will probably be retired. And then you think, the ones that take their place, will it change? Or will we just consider, or will we just continue to go down that road to who knows where? And as I said at the beginning of this video, if you read Karl Marx, you know, it's amazing how, of course, I believe the ages are predestined, and all of this has a purpose and was meant to be. Now, I'm not one of these guys that thinks that it's so cut and dried that you still don't go out and jump in front of a transfer truck. But I think that the events, the world events, are behind or above the human mind to comprehend. But when you listen to some of these people who predict and explain, you can only take it with a grain of salt. So who knows what the answer is? I tell you one thing, eventually we will know if what they did when they signed the bailout deal, we'll know if it was the thing to do or not. Well, that's my rant. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you. Have a good day. Bye-bye.